What was your reaction to the interview?
Real quick, the saying that he's chasing Jordan, was that a slight of LeBron? Did you take it that way or no? Or just a dead?
I thought that was obvious. I mean,
Oh, okay. Did you take that?
Who wouldn't you chase?
No, but
Stop, Skip.
Well,
no, I'm just asking from Lonzo's. He's 19, so it's more about LeBron than saying Michael Jordan.
Right.
So I was just surprised when his dad said, "Chase Michael Jordan." That's all.
Well, Jordan,
Okay.
Jordan has more rings.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't have any issue with it, but I was just
greatest.
curious about it. And Lonzo, I think he is an unaffected young man by his dad. I mean, I think this is his dad. A lot of people think this is just some marketing campaign of the last month. I don't buy it. This is who the man is, LaVar. And he's probably been through it, heard it all, sat at the breakfast table. He even said at some point about playing his dad, and he goes, "I wouldn't play him. He cheats."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Said it yesterday.
Yes,
Great.
and I thought that was like that a little insight.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows who his dad is. He accepts his dad. His dad's a good dad. Any dad who can get 3 kids full rides to college is doing something right.
Right.
Regardless of the other stuff. But when it comes to the other thing, and you asked about players coming at him, you know how the league works. You get respect when they know you can play. Once you get out there, and they're going to come at you anyway
Yeah.
because you were a top pick or you're making money. So whether his dad said anything or not, they're going to say, "I want to see if this kid can play.
Yep.
I'm going to challenge him. I'm going to do whatever." And he has to be able to respond to that. And I think he has a chance to be a real star because he's chilled, laid back, and he can play. And if he can take that to the next level, I don't see his dad interfering, derailing anything this kid can do.
I've always said this. I have no problem. I'm not in the business of telling someone how they should or shouldn't raise their kids. He's a guy that's very proud of the job that he and his wife has done raising those young men. He's very proud.
And he should be.
And when you listen to him talk, he's a proud father. And he's very proud. He's very excited that my boys, my sons, my kids are going to do this. And it's almost like he's trying to speak it into existence. You know, sometimes
that's true.
you talk about it enough, it's going to happen.
Yep.
Skip, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with him trying to, you say trying to sell his boys or whatever. I had a problem with, I felt that he could have made his point about his son being able to be good without bringing LeBron or other superstar kids into the mix. That's the only problem. I love him. I love everything about him. My grandmother was never boastful around us, but I know she was very proud of what my brother and my sister, even my sister wasn't a professional athlete, I knew she was very proud because people would always come back and tell me, "Mary, proud of you boys." So although there was no camera, no social media going on, I knew she was proud of what we accomplished. He's proud of his son. Son won the state championship, and he's been, trying to get his boys to do the right thing. So instead of, looking down upon him, I commend him for the job that he and his wife has done. He got one son in college. He has another one on the way.
Yep.
Lonzo's about to go to the NBA. Hopefully Melo can pass along. I just look at him as being a proud father. And other than, like I said, mentioning the superstar kids, nothing he says has really upset me.
I know he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I know he has shaken up a whole lot of parents. You can't do that. You can't treat your kids that way. You're putting too much pressure on your kids. You're trying to ride their coattails, blah, blah, blah. And every time I'm around him, the more I'm around him, the more I like him.
You do.
And I
You can't help it.
And I'm sorry.
Took the word right
but
out of my
I do.
mouth.
Because he is fearlessly, defiantly supportive of his number one son.
Yes.
He sat right here, and the son cringes occasionally, but he still loves his dad.
He
You
loves
just
his
tell.
he
You
loves his
just tell
dad.
him,
I
you know?
totally agree with that.
And his son is the flip side of the dad. And I don't know the mom. God bless her. She's going through a health issue, but
He's probably more like the
I
mom,
think he
right?
got his mom's nature.
Yes.
I'm just guessing that
Yes.
because he's the flip side. He's unselfish to a fault. He doesn't even like to speak on TV. He was uncomfortable here with us. Like, do I have to speak?
Yeah.
You know, I'd ask him questions, and he'd be like, I don't want to really.
Right.
That's not his nature. If there's going to be a family reality show, he probably doesn't want to have a whole lot to do with it.
No.
Maybe this guy, yes.
Oh, yeah.
LaVar, okay? So in the end, I criticized him for going after that coach at Chino Hills, and you
Right.
went to the playoff game.
I went to that game,
the
right.
two younger sons lost, and he just excoriated him publicly. But then he explained, I basically raised him. He
Right.
came and ate at our house. You know,
Right.
I fed him.
Because he
said-
handpicked him to be
He handpicked him.
right.
But then I asked him, okay, are you going to have input strategically at whatever pro team? You know, are you going to tell that coach how to coach? Heck no, I'm not going to do that. I don't tell Steve Alford nothing.
Right.
Okay, so he's doing it the correct way. When he answers, it's hard to refute what he's saying or criticize or condemn
Right.
what he's saying. So I love the way he's doing this, and it's like I feel like I have to apologize.
You know, Skip, all things being equal, I think Lonzo would really prefer his father tone it down.
Probably.
But that's not his. Lonzo is an old school dad, and we know we had these old school dads and granddads. When the father talked, the kids did not talk or they didn't challenge him. So I'm sure he's like, man, I wish my dad wouldn't say that. But I look at LaVar as a proud dad, and he's so excited.
I agree with that, and I think though Lonzo is used to it. Like
Yes.
I say, people think that this is something new. Oh, he's trying to sell T-shirts and the brand and all that. This is who he is. I bet you if you talk to anybody from his past, he's always been that guy. And probably when they were little boys, my boys are going to the NBA.
And
they're going to be the best players ever. I just see that.
And you see how he always referred to him. That's old school talking, because that's the way my grandfather referred to my brother and I. Them boys, my boys. He refers to them. Most people say, oh, my son, oh, Lonzo, my boys. He's so excited, Skip, for what he and his wife were able to do. We got a son into college on a full ride. It didn't cost us a thing.
Yeah.
Now his ultimate dream, his ultimate goal is getting to the NBA, and it's right there.
Yep.
Now I got the next boy. He's going to UCLA, and if everything goes according to plan, he will follow Lonzo into the NBA. And then the baby boy, if everything goes according to plan, he'll go to UCLA, and he'll follow the other two into the NBA.
That would be an amazing feat, to be honest, because I can't.
Skip.
You got to help me out with anybody who's got 3 sons in the
Rick
NBA.
Barry's
Rick Barry.
had
Had
3,
three?
but they weren't at this like high draft.
But think
pick,
about it,
this
Skip.
high.
You don't think Archie and Olivia Manning is proud of Peyton and Eli?
Oh,
Just because they don't have, they're not on television. I know, because I love Archie. I love Olivia also. Now, they're proud of their kids and what they've been able to accomplish.
Right, but
Not to say they're not.
LaVar has a naturally polarizing nature.
He does.
He does. And he's funny.
That's just. It's
Because remember,
just
we
in
asked
him.
him, so the coach, he told me the coach can't come to my house and get another meal.
Well, you
He
were,
said,
you, were
"But you
right
was
to, you
scared."
were right to criticize the high school thing, because you are talking about kids, and there are other kids on the team besides just his kids.
absolutely.
That's an amateur level, and that's a
is.
whole
But he
different conversation.
polarizes. The reason is they're just people who don't like to hear parents like be that boastful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.